Hi guys, in this video I will talk about responding to social, political, and cultural change. Societies change as time passes, and many of the changes societies undergo are experienced as upheavals, crises, or challenges. People have devised various ways of dealing with political, social, and cultural change through involvement and collective action. These collective actions are influenced and defined by political, social, and cultural forces. In turn, social actions and movements have themselves become sources of change in their respective societies. Inclusive citizenship and participatory governance. Citizenship refers to the legal status of an individual in a particular state that allows him or her to enjoy certain rights and protection. Citizens are beneficiaries of social welfare programs and other public services, and are guaranteed protection from internal and external threats. Citizenship also bestows certain obligations like the payment of taxes and observance of laws. Different states have different bases for citizenship. In the Philippines, the 1987 Philippine Constitution recognizes the following as Filipino citizens. 1. Those who are citizens of the Philippines at a time of the adoption of the 1987 Constitution. Number 2. Those whose parents, mothers, or fathers are citizens of the Philippines. Number 3. Those born before 17 January 1973 of Filipino mothers and who elect Philippine citizenship upon reaching the age of majority. And number 4, those who undergo the naturalization process. Filipino citizens are guaranteed rights such as those enshrined in the Bill of Rights in the 1987 Philippine Constitution. The Bill of Rights is a list of the fundamental and important rights that every citizen should enjoy. The Constitution guarantees that the rights of every citizen are protected and upheld by the government. Citizenship is often defined from a liberal viewpoint which upholds the individual rights of citizens and their right to select government officials through elections. Michael Saward argued that citizens are made and not born, and that the expectations on the roles and privileges of citizens are determined by the citizens themselves. Several views existed regarding the nature of citizenship as it relates to involvement in politics and society. The view on exclusive citizenship believes that marginalized groups and individuals should be empowered and included in political processes. Among the groups that have benefited from the emergence of exclusive and liberal views on citizenship are women, the poor, and the uneducated. The rights of Filipino citizens. From the Bill of Rights, Article 3 of the Philippine Constitution. Number 1. The right to life, liberty, and property, and the equal protection of the laws. A citizen cannot be denied this without due process of law. Number 2. The right to be secure from unreasonable searches and seizures without a lawful warrant or probable cause. Number 3. The right to be secure in one's private communication and correspondence. Number 4. The right to freedom of speech and expression, and the right to peacefully assemble to petition the government for redress of grievances. Number 5. The freedom to practice one's religion. Number 6. The freedom to establish a home and to travel and change one's residence without undue restrictions. Number 7. The right to information regarding matters of public concern and have access to official records and documents pertinent to government activities and transactions. Number 8. the right for workers in the public and private sector to establish unions, associations, and societies. Number 9. Free access to courts and legal assistance, especially for the poor. Number 10. The right for persons under investigation for crimes and offenses to remain silent and have access to competent legal counsel. A suspect cannot be forced or intimidated into confessing his or her guilt to a crime. Number 11. The right to hail for certain crimes as provided by law. Number 12. The right of the accused to due process, to be assured innocent of all charges, unless proven guilty by the court, to have access to counsel and to be informed of all charges against him or her. The accused also have a right to a speedy, impartial, and public trial, to meet witness face to face and to present testimony, witnesses, and evidence in his behalf. Number 13. The right against unjust imprisonment and to have access to the courts to compel authorities to produce detained individuals and justify their continued incarceration. Number 14. The right not to be compelled to witness against oneself and not to be detained due to political beliefs and aspirations. Number 15. The right against excessive fines or cruel, degrading, or inhuman punishment. Prisoners have the right to adequate penal facilities. Number 16. The right not to be imprisoned for debt or non-payment of poll tax. Number 17. The right against double jeopardy, or to be twice put on trial for the same offense. In my opinion, citizenship can help an individual to have protection and rights in a particular state or country, but they are also obliged to pay taxes and follow the rules and laws of a particular state or country. Participation in interaction through social media. A decade ago, many people may not have heard of Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Wikipedia, and Google. Now, these websites have become part of our everyday lives. During the 1990s, a revolution in communication technologies was brought about by the widespread use of satellite and cable television, mobile phones, the internet, and information technology. This revolution has transformed media and society and helped to create what has been called an information society or a network society. Over the last 2 decades, developments in information technology have been occurring at a rapid pace, with the internet becoming widely available worldwide and increasingly used by large parts of the global population. New media is the generic term for the various forms of electronic communication, made possible by the digital or computer technology. Examples are cable and satellite telecommunication and the internet. Social media includes forms of electronic communication that facilitates social interaction and the formation of online communities through the exchange of user-generated context. Social media technologies take on many forms including blogs, business networks, enterprise, social networks, forums, microblogs, photo sharing, products and services reviews, social bookmarking, online gaming, social networks, video sharing, and virtual worlds. Social networking gained a different and new dimension with the advent of new media. Social networking sites like Facebook, Google+, and Twitter are more popular than ever, and they have changed the way people use the internet. These sites allow people to keep in touch with their friends, share information, plan events, and engage in various online activities. New media and e-politics. To what extent has media affected politics? The most popular claim is that the new media is a progressive force helping to improve the quality of political life by contributing to a general transfer of power from governments and political elites to the public at large. This argument has often summed up in the idea of a e-democracy. E-democracy covers a diverse range of activities which may be initiated by government and other public bodies, or by citizens and activists. E-democracy can also include activities that involve a one-way flow of information from government to citizens, and those who involving a two-way flow of information from government to citizens, and those involving a two-way process of interaction. The following are some examples of activities related to e-democracy. Number 1. Online voting or e-voting in elections or referendums. Number 2. Online petitions or e-petitions organized by governments or other bodies. Number 3. The use of information communications technology to publicize causes, organize action, lobby for reforms, or raise funds, or e-campaigning. Number 4. Accessing political information, news, and comments via websites and blogs. Number 5. The use of interactive television or social networking sites or social media to allow citizens to engage in political debate and possibly policymaking. And number 6, the use of mobile phones and social media to organize popular protests and demonstrations. In my opinion, technology and social media have significant contribution in political changes. Firstly, social media helps the individual to gain access on information and news about politics. Thus, it helps them to be more engaged in political discussions. Secondly, because of technology, e-democracy was created, such as online voting and online petitions. Social movements. Another way to bring about or respond to social and political change is to pull together individual efforts in a joint collective action through a social movement. It refers to a sustained, organized, collective effort that seeks to bring about change. Most social movements engage the government, international organizations, corporations, or other powerful institutions in an effort to advance their goals. Social movements' actions include street protests and other mass demonstrations. These actions seek to call attention to significant social and political causes. Often, their public and disruptive nature is meant to engender awareness, provoke debate, and inspire action. Social movements advocate certain issues and problems relevant to society. These issues could be related to rights, freedoms, corruption, environmental degradation, economic exploitation, and social injustice. There are different types of social movements depending on the type of social or political change they are able to generate. Reform movements, such as the American Civil Rights Movement, successfully introduced changes in the political structures and process of the respective societies. Meanwhile, revolutionary movements caused massive and deep changes in society and politics. An example would be the 1789 French Revolution that changed France from an absolute monarchy to a republic. Other kinds of movements wanted better recognition of the religion, ethnicity, or economic class from the state and society. Religious movements such as Falun Gong in China or the Muslim resistance movement in Mindanao and southern Thailand are good examples of this type of movements. Social movements are different from other groups such as political parties and non-government organizations with respect to their structure, form of leadership, and strategies. Unlike parties, they do not aspire to acquire political power through elections. They work for social and political change through non-conventional means such as protests, media campaigns, and advocacy. While some NGOs may become members of social movements, they have a more formal and hierarchical structure. NGOs often have managers and professional staff that run them. Social movements usually have a loose or informal organization structure with non-permanent membership. The leaders usually serve to coordinate actions of different groups that express willingness to join a specific cause rather than impose from the top. Social movements make decisions based on consultation with and participation of their members as compared to NGOs. Finally, rather than engage the state through electoral politics or lobbying, social movements engage in more contentious forms of political engagements as they seek to challenge the legitimacy of the government in power. In my opinion, social movements has big impact in social and political changes. Social movements are the way people do to express their disagreement on a certain powerful institution. It's also their way to announce or introduce the thing they want to tell to a certain institution, whether it is social or political. Thanks for watching.